Hello, my name is Adytia Ulhaq. Saya kuliah di Universitas Negeri Padang, jurusan Teknik Elektronika dengan NIM 2007669. Baiklah, saya akan membacakan teks dalam bahasa Inggris. Yang pertama ada chapter 1. What is the computer? A computer is a machine with an intricate network of electronic circuits. They operate switch or magnetized tiny metal cores. The switches, like cores, are capable of being in one of two possible states. That is, one or of magnetized or demagnetized. The machine is capable of storing and manipulating number, letter, and character. The basic idea of computer is the we can make the machine do what when one by inputting signal that's tone sustain which is an on and tone order of or that magnetize the course. The basic job of computer is the processing information. For this reason, computer can be defined as device which accept information in the form of construction call of program and character called data, perform mathematical or logical operation on the information, and the supply result of the operation. The program or part of it which, which told the computer what to do, and the data which provide the information needed to solve the problem are kept inside the computer in a place called memory. Computers they have many remarkable power. However, most computers, whether large or small, have three basic capabilities. First, computers have circuits for performing arithmetic operations such as addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, and exponentation. Second, computers have means of communicating with the user after a vehicle with information and get result back. This mission will be of most however, certain computers or commonly mini computer and microcomputer are used to control the likely things such as robots, air, aircraft navigation system, medical instrument. Some other of the most common methods of inputting information are to use punches card, magnetic tape disk, and terminal. The computer input device, or which might be called reader, a tape drive, or disk drive, depending on the medium used in inputting information. Read the information into the computer. Figure 1. For outputting information to common device use are printer which print the new information on paper, or a CRT display screen which show the result on the TV like screen. Here, computer have circuit which can make decision. The kind of decision which computer circuit can make or not of the type. Powell when I work between two countries, or who is the richest person in the world. Unfortunately, the computer can only decide three things, namely, is one number less than another? Are two numbers equal, and is one number greater than another? And computer can solve a serious problem and make hundreds, even thousands of logical decisions without becoming tired or bored. It can find the solution to a problem in a fraction of the time it takes a human being to do the job, and computer can replace people in the dual routine tasks, but is the has originality is what according to the instruction given to it cannot exercise and follow judgment. 3 hour time when a computer skin to operate like a mechanical brain, but is as if human are limited by the mean of human being. A computer cannot do anything unless a person tells it what to do and give the appropriate information. But because electric poles can move at the speed of light, A computer can carry out vast number arithmetic, logical operation almost instantaneously. A person can do everything a computer can do, but in many cases the person will be dead long before the job was finished. Thank you. Chapter 2, History of Computer. Let us take a look at the story of the computer that we know today. The very first calculating device used when the tiny fingers of man's hand. This, in fact, is why today is will count it in then and multiples of length tens then then tens the abacus was invented, a bit form in which the bridge or map from left to right. People went on using some form of abacus built into the 16th century, and it is still being used in some parts of the world because it can be understood without knowing how to read figures too. During the 17th and 18th centuries, many people tried to find easy ways of calculating. The numbers Cosman device is mechanical way of multiplying and dividing. It is how the modern slide rules work. Henry Briggs used Napier is this to produce logarithm like table which all mathematics and you study calculus. Another branch of mathematics was independently advanced by both Sir Isaac Newton and Englishman and Leibniz, a German mathematician. The first real calculating machine appeared in one hundred 1020 as the result of several people's experiment. This type of machine will save a great deal of time and reduce the possibility of making mistakes. Depend on series of then thought gear wheels in 100 1000 100,000 Threaten Skullback and Englishman disseminate and mention what they call the analytic and the mission which Bebek saw the Paris exhibition in 100,055 was an attempt to count all the human being altogether except for providing the machine with the necessary facts about the problem to be solved. He never finishes this work, but many of his ideas were the basic of for building today's computer. In 109,013, the first analog computer was built by an American named Ebenezer Bush. This device was used in World War II to have an Imguns Mac. Mac is the name give to the first digital computer by completed in 109,044. The men responsible for this invention were Professor Howard Alking and some people from EBM. This was the first machine that could figure out long lists of mathematical problems at a very fast rate in 199,046 to engineer at the University of Pennsylvania. G. Eckert and G. Moseley built the first digital computer using part called vacuum tubes. They named their new inventions ENIAC. Another important advancement in computer came in the 9047 when John von Neumann developed the idea of keeping instruction for the computer inside the computer's memory. Figure 3. The first generation of computer which used vacuum tube came out in 109,050. Unifax is an example of this computer which could perform thousands of calculations per second. In 1960, the second generation of computer was developed and this could perform in 10 times faster than their predecessor. The reason for this extra speed is the use of transistor instead of vacuum tubes. Second generation computer were small, faster and more dependable than first generation computer. The third generation computer appeared on the market in 1165. This computer could do a million calculating a second, which is 100 times as many as first generation computer. Unlike second generation computer, these are controlled by tiny integrated circuits and are consequently small and more dependable. First generation computer has no element and the integrated circuit that are being developed have been greatly reduced in size. This is due to miniaturization, which means that the circuits are much smaller than before. As many as 100 tiny circuits now fit onto a single chip. A chip is a square or rectangular piece of silicon, usually uh, from 1 to 10 to 1 to 4 inch open with several layers of and the integrated circuit are attached or imprinted, after which the circuit is encapsulated in plastic, ceramic, or metal. For generation computer are uh, 50 times faster than their generation computer and can complete it approximately 1 million instructions per second. Figure 4. As direct computer technology is growing, today's computer makes be obsolete by 109,000 XT5 and most constructed by 109,090 has been that is if transport technology has developed as rapidly as computer technology. A trip across the Atlantic Ocean today will take a few seconds. Thank you. Chapter 3. Characteristic. Computer and machine designed to process electronically specially prepared piece of information with a data, handling or manipulating the information that have been given of the computer in such ways doing calculation, adding information or making comparison is called processing. Computer are made of millions of electronic devices capable of storing data or moving them at enormous speed through complex circuits with different functions. All computers have several characteristics in common regardless of make or design. Information in the form instruction on data is given to the machine, after which the machine acts on it, and a result is the return. The information presented to the machine is the input. The internal manipulative operation is processing and the result the output. These three basic concepts of input processing and output occur is in almost every aspect of human life, whether at work or at play. For example, in clothing manufacturing, the input is the piece of clothes. The processing in the sewing together of the piece and the output is finished garment. Figure 5. Figure 5 shows schematically the fundamental hardware component in a computer system. The interface is called either the computer, the processor, usually the central processing unit, or CPU. The, the, the time computer included to part of hardware is in which calculation and other data manipulation are performed, and the high-speed internal memory in which data and calculation are stored during actual execution of program. That takes it to the CPU and the various peripheral devices and as reader and keyboard or two common example of input device when data or program need to be saved for long periods of time. They are stored in first second memory device or storage device such a magnetic tapes or magnetic disk. Computers have often been thought of as extremely large adding machine, but this is very narrow view of their function. Although a computer can only respond to certain numbers of instructions, it is not a single-purpose machine since the instruction can be combined in an infinite number of seconds. Therefore, a computer has no limit on the kind of thing it can do, as the versatility is limited only by the imagination of those using. In the last 109,050 seconds and currently 196 60 an electronic computer of the kind in use today were being developed. They were very expensive to own and run. Moreover, their size and reliability were such that a low number of super personnel were needed to keep the equipping operating. This this has all changed now that computing power has become portable, more compact, and capable. In only a very short period of time, computers have greatly changed the way in which many kind of work are performed. Computer can remove many of the routine and boring tasks from our life, trivial living is with more time for interesting creative work. It goes without saying that computers have edited whole new areas of work that did not exist before the development. Thank you. Chapter 4: Computer Capabilities and Limitation. Like a machine, a computer needs to be directed and controlled in order to perform as successfully until such time as a program is private and stored in the computer's memory. The computers now absolutely nothing, not even how to accept or project data. Even the most sophisticated computer, no matter how capable, if it must be told what to do until the capabilities and the limitation of a computer or recognizes as its fullness cannot be tracked, understood in the first place is solved by recognized the computer are capable of doing re- repetitive operation. A computer can perform similar operations thousands of times without becoming bored, tired, tired, or even careless. Secondly, computer can process information at extremely rapid rates. For example, modern computer can solve certain class of arithmetic problem million of time faster than a skilled mathematician. Speed for performing decision-making operation of are comparable to those for arithmetic operation, but input-output operation, however, involve a mechanical machine and hence require more time on a typical computer system can are read at an average speed of 100 car per minute and as many as 100 lines can be printed at the same rate. Thirdly, computer may be programmed to calculate answer to whatever level of accuracy is specified by the programmer instead of newspaper headlines and computer files. These machines are very accurate and reliable, especially when the number of operations they can perform every second is considered because the automated machine the something multifunction or breakdown and have to be repaired. However, in most instances, when the computer fails, it is due to human error and is not the fault of the computer at all. In the first place, general purpose computer can be programmed to solve various type of problem because of their flexibility. One of the most important reasons why are so widely used today is that almost every break problem can be solved by solving a number of little problem and after another. Finally, a computer, unlike a human being, has no intuition. A person may suddenly find the answer to a problem without working or too many of the detail, but a computer can only process at his has been programmed to. Using the very limited capabilities possessed by all computers, the task of producing an university payroll, for instance, can be done quintessentially. The following kind of thing need be done for as employee of the payroll. First, input information about the employees such as work, horsework, rates, tax rates, and unemployment insurance, and pension deduction. Second, do some simple arithmetic and decision making operation. Third, three, output a few printed lines on a CQ by repeating this process over and over again. The payroll will eventually be completed. Thank you. Next, chapter 5, hardware and software. In order to use computer effectively to solve problems in your environment, computer system and devices. A system implies a good mixture of integrated but working together to form a useful world. Computer system may be discussed in two parts. The first part is hardware, the physical, electronic, and electromechanical device that a thought of and recognizes as computer. The second part is software, program that control and coordinates the activities of the computer hardware and that direct the processing of data. Figure 6. So diagrammatically, the basic component of computer hardware join together and in a computer system. The center piece is called the computer, the processor, or usually the central processing unit or CPU. The timed computer usually refers to those parts of the hardware in which calculation and other data manipulation are performed, and to the internal memory in which data and instruction are stored during the actual execution or of program. The various peripheral which included input and or output device, various secondary memory device and so on are attached to the CPU. Computer software can be divided into the variable categories: system software and application software. The former is often simply referred to a system this when booked into internal memory direct the computer to perform tests. The latter may be provided along with the hardware by a system supplier as part of a computer product designed to answer a specific need in certain area. This complete hardware or software product are, are called turnkey system. The success of or failure of any computer system depend on the skill with which the hardware and software component are selected and blended. A poorly chosen system can be a monstrosity incapable of performing the task for which it was originally acquired. Thank you. Next, chapter 6: Mainframe. Larger computer system or mainframe as they are referred to in the file of computer science are those computer system found in computer installation processing immense amounts of data. This powerful computer make use of very high speed main memories into which data and program to be dealt with are transferred or rapid access. Therefore, this powerful machine if a larger repertoire of more complex instructions can be executed more quickly, whereas smaller computer might take several steps to perform a particular operation. A larger machine may accomplish the same things with an instruction. This computer can be of two types: digital or analog. The digital computer or general purpose computer, as it often now makes up about 90% of the large computers now in use. It gets its name because the data that are present to it with our mother of code consisting of digits, single character number. The digital computer is like a gigantic cash register in the it can do calculation in step on another at a tremendous speed and with great accuracy. Digital computer programming is by far the most commonly used in electronic data processing for business or statistical purpose. The analog computer works something like a coarse speedometer in this it's continuously work out the calculation as this uses essentially for problem involving measurement. It can simulate or imitate different measurement by electronic men. Both of this computer type the digital to accommodate them. At present, the digital computer is capable of doing anything the analog wants to. Moreover, moreover, is easier to program and cheaper to operate in a type of scientific computer system called a The hybrid computer has now been that combines the two types into one Figure 7 mainframe computer. Really powerful computer can continue to be bulky and require special provision for the housing, refrigeration system, air filtration, and power supplies. This is because most more space is taken up by the input or output device, the magnetic tape, and these units and other peripheral equipment than by the electronic component that do not make up the bulk of the machine in a powerful installation. The power consumption of this machine is also high, not to mention the price that's run into hundreds of thousands of dollars. The further will bring great development in the mechanical device associated with computer system. For a long time, this have been the weak line from the point of view of the efficiency and reliability. Thank you. Chapter 7, Peripheral, term that often used when people talk about computer hardware, software, and peripheral. The computer hardware can best be described as the actual part that go together to make up the computer such as switches, electronic circuits, microprocessor, and anything else that is involved in the working part. Server refers to the program that are input into the computer. This anticipated are often referred to as software once they have computer program on them, but they are really peripheral. The peripheral of the computer as the device for input, output, or storage of data, and including the keyboard, visual display unit, cassette, disk drive, and printer. The video is also known as the monitor and the program, and the result of the processing can be seen on this as well as the data entered. The printer will produce is the printout of the result of the processing. This is often referred to as hard copy. The highest quality of printer available is the Daiswell. This consists of a well-weighted flexible stem radiating from the center. The latter are well defined and can be read clearly. The printer moves directionally, printing both ways from left to right and then right to left. Remember that the what is to be punched already exists in the memory of the computer, and the dice will does not have to type in sequence of will be expression from a human brain. The correct triple not waste time returning at the end of each line. The dot metric is usually faster than the decimal. The printer has a pen head consisting of a row of needle. This moves speedily over the place where a letter has to be printed using to make up the letter. The needle print onto a special typewriter ribbon. The quality of printout is not of a very high standard and will not generally be used at high robustness level. However, it is often used for the production of drive character of different size can be built up with the metric printer and some might have to color ribbon figure X and link jet printer from the metric character by applying eject drop droplets of line of link vibrated at an appropriate frequency toward a special absorbent paper. A charged electrode is placed near the jet so that the carries a carried by a special electrostatic technology. The line drop can be directed to particular part of the paper. The print uses information that is stored digitally. Thermal printer require a heat-sensitive paper which is marked by a head needle like writing implement now has a stylus. Laser printers are very fast and can use different sizes of paper. Since they are non-impact printers, they are very quick and can produce good graphics. The laser printer works by beaming a laser onto an electrically charged surrogate drum which creates an invisible image on the drum. Refilled when especially substantial tone is poured over it. When the paper is brought into contact with the drum, the image melts onto the paper as it had. The keyboard is where the data on or information is input into the computer. It is usually arranged like an ordinary type typewriter keyboard with a number of the other keys added which carry out special function. Some computer program display words are called icon and on the computer screen. The icon might represent a time of pointer in an office. For instance, the user is able to instruct the computer by the use of a tiny mobile device known as a mouse which is connected to be the computer by cable and can be moved about the top of a desk. The desk represent the video screen and as the mouse moves about it's moved with the short break line known as the cursor on the screen. Thank you. Next chapter 8 Computer Personnel. Computer manufacture. There are two overall stages in the manufacture of computer, namely original equipment manufacture and the design and assembly of complete computer system. Intricate circuit is designed and developed by electronic engineer and fabricated by highly skilled work using sophisticated equipment. Computer are used in the design, manufacture, and testing of the circuit. The completed process of designing, and constructing a computer is extremely complex and involves the work of number of people. The stage is generally as described in the following section. Most computer manufacturers have research department investigating new computer architecture, new hardware device, new software technique, and new computer application science research engineer and technician as well as highly skilled of software engineer are among the staff of the department. The overall design of a new computer or series of computer in in the hand of computer architects. Modern computers are designed from both the hardware and the software point of view. Accordingly, system programmers who write the system software for the computer are also involved in the design process. Highly skilled production workers are responsible for the various types of construction and assembly of units. Production lines are not used. Generally, a team of workers is assigned to take a unit through a stage of construction and ex- house level testing. One of the highest paid job in computing is the of computer salesman. Salesmen operate in an intensely competitive environment where their level of pay depends to some extent to their sales figure. The process of selling a larger computer can take several months. Data processing department. Traditionally, an organization which use a computer has a data processing department containing all the staff one work directly with the computer. A typical reporting structure for a large data processing department is so in the following figure 9. Other department and individual in an organization relate to the data processing department of users of the computing equipment. The description of data processing de- department given her applies in particular to bank, insurance companies, airlines, and many control and legal government department. And a field charge of the data processing department is a data processing manager. Responsibilities of a data processing manager including formulation of policy, of police approval of project, staff recruitment, and maintaining the relationship of the department with the rest of the company. The work of data processing department of has two aspects, namely the program development aspect and the operation aspect. On the program development side, system analysts are responsible for steering as each project stroke the data processing cycle. Programming, more properly called application program in this context, are responsible for writing, correcting, and maintaining program and producing various system of documentation explaining how program or use it. On the operations, the On the operations, there is an operation manager is charged of security the use of the computer, arranging for maintenance or ordering supplies. A team of operators man the computer room, often working in shift under shift leader. The flow of data to and from the computer is something for supervised by data controller to ensure that the right data is available at the right time. Data entry staff operate data entry terminal to keep of the sub sample of data to the computer. In many large computer systems, while Librarian is responsible for the large number of magnetic type and magnetic disk use. If the computer support a database, then a database administrator administrator is in charge of this aspect of the work. If a data communication network is used, this is often under the approach charge of a network administrator. In many organizations, computers have become such an integral part of the operation that a separate data processing department is not required. The majority of the work in such organization makes some use of the computer. Programming and system design is often contract of or to software house. Standard software package are processed and expanding computer application in the category is word processing. In many modern office uh, correspondence contract and similar work is done on word processing system. Most of the people working in this office was a word processing workstation to some extent. Situasi between computer manufacturer and computer server uses uses or computer service breaks the provider with range of service including consultancy and computer project, designing of software to customer specification, selling software and supplying complete computer system. Many software has extremely flexible work arrangement, uh, falling broadly under the heading of software engineering. Most of the work are skilled in the variety of areas including system and application programming, system analysis project management and computer design. A team, a team of works is assigned to a project which is undertaken. Work is shared among the member of the team according to their interests, capabilities, and experience. There is no strict demarcation of jobs. When a project is being completed, the team is disbanded or assigned to other projects. Thank you. Next, chapter 9, mini computer. Until the March 1916 second digital computer were powerful, physically large and expensive. They really needed the world computer of less power, as a small memory capacity, and without such a large area of peripheral equipment. This need was partially satisfied by the rapid improvement in performance of the semiconductor device or transistor, and the incredible reduction in size, cost, and power, all of which led to the development of the mini computer or mini processor. Although there is no exact definition of mini computer, it is generally understood to refer to a computer whose mainframe is physically small, has a fixed word link between egg and 32 bits, and countless then use US uh, one one thousand $100,000 for the central processor. The unknown of primary strike availability obtained continually in mini computer system rank for 3 uh, to 5 5 511 bytes. However, some system allows this memory to be expanded even further. A large number of peripherals have been developed especially for use in systems built around many computers. There are something for refers to as many peripheral. This include magnetic tape, triggers, and cassette, small disks in this unit, and large variety of print and console. Many mini computers are used merely for a fixed application and run only a single program. This is changed only when necessary, either to correct error or when a change in the design of the system in, is introduced. Send the operating environment for most minis is for less varied and complex than large mainframe is without saying. The software and peripheral requirements differ greatly from those computer which run several hundred ever-changing jobs a day. The operating system of Minis also usually provide system access to either a single user or to a limited number or user time. Since many minutes are compiled in real time producing, they are usually provided with operating system that are specialized for this purpose. For example, most many have an interrupt feather which allow a program to be interrupted when they receive a special signal indicating that any and of a number of external events to which they are programmed to respond has occurred. When the interrupt occurs, the computer store enough information about the job in process to resume operation after is they responded to the interruption. Because many computer system has been used so often in real-time application, other aspect of the design have changed. This is they usually process the hardware capability to be connected directly to a large variety of measurement instrument to analog and digital convert to microprocessor and ultimately to an even larger mainframe in order to analyze the collected data. Thank you. Next, chapter 10, Programming Language. Most courses in programming begin with a lesson on the binary system, although most programmers don't have to use the binary number in actual practice. The reason for studying the binary system is to understand the nature of the computer and the way it operates. Understanding the binary system and this correspondence to the switches inside the machine help to take the mystery out of computer. Above all is the programmer who must realize that the machine is controlled by human being and that his is the one who is going to control and direct. We know that the machine reacts to a series of electrical impulses that can be represented in binary numbers. This is called machine language, and the central processing unit has been designed to execute instruction given to it the machine language. We also know this all data and translate into binary code before being stored in main storage as well. However, it's very tedious and difficult to write all information in binary code. Most programmers prefer use on or more the standard programming language to prepare their program. This programming language use a combination of number, character, and other symbol that is more convenient and easier to work with the machine language. There are many program languages. They are known by name Fortran, COBOL, Algol, PL, or E, and Apple. Fortran is used primarily for scientific work, and COBOL is used for most commercial application. COBOL and Fortran are the most common of the programming language. The other Algol and Apple are used primarily for scientific work, while PAL or I is employed for general purpose programming. How does the machine understand statement in one of the language if is the only language to which the machine can is machine language is understood by means of interpreter, just as an American diplomat at the United Nations communicates with a Chinese interpreter. The interpreter for a computer system program. The system program are part of the software, but they are supplied by the manufacturer of the machine and of the system program is called the compiler. The compiler takes each instruction in the program and starts translate it into machine language. That is into a binary equivalent. This rest translate program as the activities the million of switches in the machine during processing. There is a separate compiler for each of the standard programming language. As West have said, only to the programming language are very common. They are COBOL and Fortran. COBOL is primarily for problem related to business. In fact, COBOL stands for Common Business Oriented Language. It is used for problems that don't involve a great deal of mathematical manipulation, but involve data collection and processing. Fortran, on the other hand, is based on mathematical principle. It stands for formula translation. It is used primarily for solving scientific problem, particularly those involving a great mathematical calculation. Well, most programmers have experience in several languages. They generally especially in one programming language. This because its language is many intricate and part peculiarities that make it necessary for a program to use the one in which specialists constantly in order to do an efficient job. Program written in a programming language that refers to a source program. The same program are called object program when they have been transformed into a machine language so that they can be executed program that are designed to solve specific problem is business or science called application program. They are distinguished from system program which direct the processing and also organize and coordinate the flow throughout the entire computer system, including the input or output and secondary strike device. In addition to the business and scene-oriented standard programming language, a special one is used for system program. It is called JGL Wheels, which stand for Control Language. JGL is used for the program that control the central processing unit and the entire computer system as well. It is therefore highly specialized field. JGL programmer are frequently known as system programmer. Let's follow a typical program through the computer. Mr. Pratt has just placed his Fortran source program in the card reader. The first thing that occurs is then a system program is called for. The system program is this case is the Fortran compiler. The compiler is the execute with the source program is data. This produce is program special language that is called the object model or object program. If if it happened that Mr. Pratt program record information that is on IDs, for example, the system must look for this engine to the object model. The joining is done by another system program called the Lincoln editor. After this step then completed, we have a program that can be executed then called the load module. The load module is simply a program that the object model together with any other data and needed to carry out the program. The compiler link editor and other system program are written in GTL. In order to execute program, many immediate steps have to uh, occur. Fortunately for most programmers, the JJL operation have already been prescribed by someone else. They do not concern the person who is preparing the application program. Is addition to programming skill, the advance for the program to have experience in some other field as well, in order that he can understand what he is programming when can combine technical expertise with programming. He will be able to move ahead into work that particularly rewarding to him. Let's take Mr. Porten as an example. He worked for a large international computer firm. Currently, he is on a segment to a larger problem film. Next chapter 11, Microcomputer. The early 1970 saw the birth of the microcomputer or microprocessor. The central processor of micro called the microprocessor is built as a single semiconductor device that is the thousand of individual circuit elements necessary to perform the logical and arithmetic function of a computer are manufactured as a single chip. A completed microcomputer system is composed of a microprocessor, a memory and peripheral equipment. The processor memory and electronic control for the peripheral equipment are usually put together on a single or on a printed circuit board. System using microprocessor can be hacked up together to do the work that until recently only microcomputer systems were capable of doing. Micros generally have somewhat simpler and less flexible instruction set than minis and are typically much slower. Different micros and available with 4 uh, to to 12 to 16-bit word lengths. Similarly, minis are available with word lengths up to T2 bits. Alter minis can be equipped with much larger primary memory size because are becoming more powerful and converging with mini computer technology. The extremely low price of micros has opened up entirely new area of application for computer. Only 20 years or so ago, a central processing unit of medium capability so for a few $100,000 use now some microprocessors sell for cheaply as $10. Of course, by the time you have a usable microcomputer system, the price will be somewhere between $500 and $1,000 to $1,100 depending on the display unit, secondary strike, and whether their preferred or needed. The available of microcomputer system is evolving more rapidly than mini computer because of their incredibly low price. Yeah, it is now possible to use only a small fraction of the computer capability in a particular system application and still be far ahead financially of any other way of getting the job done. For example, thousands of industrial robots are in use today, and the number is growing very rapidly. It is the relatively new industry improves the price and performance of this product by using the last microcomputer. Even though the software available for most microcomputer systems is very limited, more so than 4 minutes is does not discourage their use in the many hack follow me set application for use programming, especially as on so deal as is the case in the space shuttle program. In addition to the extensive use in control system of all types TP. They are designed for many innovations from more complex calculator to automobile engine operation and medical diagnostic. The already used is in automobile emission control system and are the basis of many TV game attachment. There is also a rapidly growing market for personal computer whose application potential in education is only just beginning to be exploited. It will seem that the limit for microcomputer application have been reached. There are those who predict that the home and hobby computer market will grow into a multi-billion-dollar enterprise within a decade or so. It will also appear that performance of microprocessor could will increase tenfold before 1990 will pieces for microscope decrease by as much. Thank you. Next chapter 12, a career in programming. People who wish to become computer programmer generally take an aptitude test prior to any formal training, and aptitudes that is designed to show whether a person has any talent for a particular career or plan of work. There is a correlation between programming ability and the ability to solve certain kind of problem. The aptitude tests for a programmer are usually prepared by one or more of the larger computer companies. IBM, for example, prefer many of the tests which are also used by smaller companies. IBM International Business Machine, the largest manufacturer of computer. It is also involved in other pieces and of the computer business. Regardless of the prepared this examination, they tend to have similar questions. The test usually consists of a series multiple choice question. Following are some typical example of the question of on the exam. The answer to question is pilots and airplane function in this same one as the driver of a car. For two, coupe is the most accurate answer. For three, which give a opposite result in the most appropriate answer. The example that have been given above are very short introduction to the types of question they are asked on the aptitude this programmer. They are only sample, however, and should not be used as a study guide. Really, it is too often a book that contain many of the simple question. It will be quite helpful in preparing an application to take the test. The question is asked to the test have little to do with the actual work the program must do. Rather, the share rather the stress such mental aptitudes as the ability to prepare to perceive logical or spatial relationship to categories to work with number system to solve arithmetical and mathematical problem to use verbal skill and other similar qualities they are necessary for successful programming. The ability to answer this question in a limited amount of time is a good indication of whether the application will be a good programmer or not. When an application aptitude for programming has been determined, there are many places where programming can be studied. Computer company like IBM offer course in programming as do many universities. There are also a large number of commercial schools that give classes programming. The length of the course depends upon the number of program languages to be learned and the amount of practice given. A person who has completed a course in programming will be able to enter a career in which there are many different opportunities depending on skill and experience. Many people start a career in computer as computer operator, as we have already mentioned. However, an operator really does not do any programming. He does nevertheless have excellent knowledge obtained areas of desire to learn more about computer software. Experience with the hardware is, of course, a valuable background for programming. Uh, Sadly speaking, the first step in programming career after finishing a course is to become a programming trans. This title is little misleading. Trans are people who have studied programming before know one or more the programming language. They lack experience in other words, but they have some background in the field only. Occasionally, will a job trainer be given to a person who has no experience at well computer? For the more this trans job are over to promising graduates from programming Course trainers learn the special feature of different computer and relative merit of different programming language. Uh, as you can see, there are many different levels of programming that present opportunities to move ahead for talent and skilled programmers. There are no hard and fast requirement for entering the profession. In it, many different kind of school of their course in the fundamental of programming. Once one has taken the first step, it's possible to look forward to the next step and turns in the supply of good programmer never keeps us with the demand, and as you make expects to the sources of system analysts, at the top of the profession is very accurate to quota and our adige. They are always run this at the top. Thank you. Next, chapter 13, flow charting. So far, we have concerned ourselves primarily with computer and computer language. Now, we must ask ourselves how a programmer actually sits down and begins to write a program. The first step in programming any problem is to lay out in a logical fashion. Trying to do this will help clarify the problem and this programmer understanding of it. A layout of the kind used by programmer is called a flowchart. Flowcharting is not restricted to the preparation of program is any particular language, but is rather a broad overview of the specific problem independent of the particular language that is to be used in the final program. Let's make a flowchart of a simple problem as an example. We can see the flowcharting symbols they are in common. Just suppose we wish to write a program for the repair of the television set. Assuming that a defective tooth is the problem, the flowchart will look somewhat like this. Figure 12L. That flowchart indicates the edge to solve the test until a defective tab have been replaced. We can then assume the machine will be in proper working order. Let's take another example. In this case, a woman has some clothes to wash provided there has an automatic washing machine. The following flowchart makes only the necessary step. Figure 13. The sum symbol have been used several times in this flowchart. As you have noticed, the first and last symbol is the terminal symbol, which indicates either the start of the finish of program. If if it is the beginner of the program, you insert the word style inside the oval figure. If it is at the end of the program, you insert two word stop. The next symbol is figure the form of parallelogram. Parallelogram is used as an input or output symbol. It indicates the way they bring something to the program or we take something from the program. The rectangular symbol stands for processing. In other words, a place in the program where action is taken. The diamond symbol indicates that the decision has to be made usually in the form of a question that has to be answered, as in both the flowchart that we have given example. Finally, the direction of flow of the program is indicated by arrow. The so the order in which the different actions in the program are performed. So, the intellectual father of flourishing is John von Neumann. He and his colleagues at the Institute for Advanced Studies at Princeton, New Jersey, were the first to use a graphic aid in outlining the solution of problem in which they were working. Even though the conversation of flourishing are different now from those the fundamentalist is the spirit and purpose of flourishing remain the same. From a particular point of view, popularly the award making pleasure in one to waste on simple to pick up a pencil and scratch out graphic outline and say proceed toward the step in the problem. The is quite satisfactory is it if is this not interested to be a permanent record of the closure is make be considered of from the nothing a thinking out loud using pencil and stretch proper lists of speech when another flowchart is required. However, a template is usually used and template is a sheet of plastic with all the flowchart symbol out into it. When it is used to outline the symbol, the final result is another and more readable than the freehand version of the flowchart. Thank you. Chapter 14 Office Automation Standalone TP equipment such as word processor, personal computers, and so on. I was used to process individual jobs more efficiently when office automation first came into use. This was the era of individual OA or office automation where processor and personal computer have been gradually connected to departmental computers because the system needs promote information circulating among departments and provide support for the complicated and creative tasks performed by manager and specialists have been needed. Integrated office systems have been installed in many companies. The necessary information for a department has been stored in the database of the departmental computer and used particularly on the job. A Japanese company NEC deployment and integration integrated office system in one 1983 that was put into operation in the Abico plant. Many companies have introduced in the integrated office system and have been using the system to automate office work. The integrated office system realizes office on a computer with executed office test. It consists of application as shown in the following figure. Figure 14. The office on computer consists of this filing cabinets, work manual, mailboxes, and so on, as shown in the following figure. Timely judgment of situation on decision making based on database. The collect and store information for management are increasing in the simulation of problem of the statistical analysis of data increasing and easy deployment the decision support system decision support partner to answer the need in 1983 the decision support partner and that's the as a three-dimensional database suitable for storing time series data for management. The management data can be analyzed essentially by a time axis uh, or year, etc. Classification axis, our store area department, etc. And item axis or product name item, etc. The three-dimensional database which processes the essential characteristic of management data is used exclusively for management decision making. The decision support partner has function necessary for support concerning such managerial tasks, a database retrieval, data manipulation, data analysis, simulation, drawing of business script, report organization, and so on. The decision support partner has three types of user interface. The is conventional mode for beginner, command and mode for expert, and language mode which user can construct their original database. Thank you.